All right, good morning, good morning. It's Tuesday morning. Gonna do a quick audio check here just to make sure everything's working. Give me a second. All right, audio seems good. Got a little bit of a cold this morning, so you have to kind of bear with me today. Might be sniffling a little bit. Not much we can do about it. All right, looks like we got news at 10 a.m. this morning. Consumer confidence news. The Nasdaq made a nice little move up overnight. I think around 4 a.m. it kind of started. Yeah, right in here, 4 a.m. Moved all the way up. So if you were awake trading during the European session, you got a nice little move here from 14,429 all the way to 14,570. Nice move up there. Kind of pulling back here before open. Below the 20 SMA here, but still above the VWAP. If we get a move above the SMA there, may look for an entry. Again, going to stick to our same rules this morning. One trade in the first 15 minutes. That's all we're going to allow ourselves to take. We're going to wait for the first 15-minute candle to print and then look for the breakout or the breakdown based on that 15-minute candle. See the ES is basing right here around the EMAs, that 42.35 area. So we'll see what happens there. It's also above the VWAP but below the SMA. So kind of moving down now. Getting a call. Hold on. Anyways, if you guys haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and we got about 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes till the market opens, and then we'll see if we can't find a nice setup. All right, we're back. I had to step away to get some tissue and some medicine. We're gonna medicate this morning. So. Gosh, medicine tastes awful. Whew. All right, got a little over a minute here before the market opens. Let's see what we get. All right, just about 30 seconds here. Moving back down to the VWAP here on the Nasdaq. Might get a bounce off that. We're going to be watching this area pretty closely here at open. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong chart here. Moving back to the VWAP on the ES here. If the ES breaks through that VWAP area, then it might bring the Nasdaq down with it. Let's see if Nasdaq pushes. Dollar spiking here at open. Spiking up. I think if we get below this 95 level, Mike could take a trade down into this high 70s, low 80s. Obviously, if we break above the SMA here, we'll enter there. All right, kind of getting moved back up here to the SMA. Sorry about my dog. He's going crazy in there. Who knows why. The ES is also pushing back up to the 20 SMA here. Dollar's also moving up. Like I said, if we get a move above this 20 SMA, we'll take a stab along here. Wow, dump city here. Are we going to hold this 500 level, or are we just going to lose it right away? ES is down to the VWAP right now, so if the ES breaks through VWAP here, I don't see how the Nasdaq doesn't kind of follow. All right, we're going to take a short here. Looking for this high 70 level. If it starts to pop back up, I may just kill the trade. All right, we're going to be at break even already here on this trade. Boom. There we are. Just like that. Quick $300. That's how you do it. That's just a straight momentum play right there. We were watching the ES. It kind of pierced through. Hold on one second. So anyways, just watching the ES there, and it kind of pierced through that VWAP level there. You can see it break through it. Once I saw that, that gave me the confidence to kind of enter short here for kind of the same type of move on the Nasdaq. As you can see, it was a good cover there. Almost bottom ticked it there. So goal for the day was simply $300, and we are there now. So if we're taking any more trades, we're going to be very aware that we're kind of already at our target for the day. So nice volatility first thing this morning. Pulled back down. Took the short. Bounced off the VWAP. I mean, this could have been a long entry. Kind of the same concept here. Nasdaq is approaching the SMA. The ES is currently above it. Just moved above it. Sorry about my dog this morning. He is going crazy, and I do not know why this morning. Failed to break through that 20 SMA there. Well, we broke through it, but we rejected it. So at this point, with us already taking the first trade, making $300, we should just kind of be patient. Want to let the market kind of dictate which direction it's going to go, and then we can pick out an entry from there. So we are currently in the top step, 50K challenge, trying to get a funded account through them. We are in step 2. We already passed step 1 of the eval. Step 1, you had to simply make $3,000 in profit. We passed that. So here in step 2, same kind of concept. You have to make $3,000 in profit. The main difference is that you have to kind of scale. You have to use the scaling rules. Can't make more than 40% of profit in one day, which is $1,200. My goal is typically $300, and can't trade more than 2 contracts until you get above the $1,500 threshold, which I'm only trading 1 contract anyway, so that's not really an issue for me. Currently, starting this week, I think we were up around $600 starting this week, so still got $2,400 to go to kind of finish the step 2 there. Not looking to do that this week. Obviously, if it happens, that would be nice, but if we could just have a green week, then that's the goal. So just kind of watching here. Not much to do. Like I said, my rules dictate that I only take 1 trade in the first 15 minutes, and we already took the trade. So now we're just kind of waiting for this first 15-minute candle to print and go from there. Had a big move up during the during the overnight session there, and when that happens, sometimes it's kind of choppy to start the day, but see if they push through the 20 SMA here. Probably will. Dollar's still stair-stepping up, which is a bit strange. Again, if you don't know how it's supposed to work, you're supposed to have a divergence between the dollar and the Nasdaq and ES. So if the Nasdaq and ES are moving up, the dollar really should be moving down, and vice versa. Dollar's moving down, you would expect the Nasdaq and ES to move up. Pushing up here on the Nasdaq, hit through the 30s. Possible move here through the 70s. I don't think we're going to participate because, again, we've already taken our one first 15-minute trade. So trying to just stick to the rules here. ES is also, well, it was trying to move up. Now the ES is kind of struggling. Still hanging out at the VWAP. Need to get above that 20 SMA. You can see it popped up there and then kind of rejected all the way back down. So Nasdaq's looking a little stronger so far this morning. Yeah, ES just made a new low here. Got a strange divergence between the ES and the NAS right now, and the dollar's also moving higher. So question is the ES going to bring the NAS down, or is the NAS going to bring the ES up? That's the question. That 70 area up there, that liquidity up here in the 70s looking quite juicy. I would imagine that the NAS is going to go and try to test that here pretty quickly. In doing so, it should move the ES up with it. Get the ES moving, this will move quickly. Breakthrough 50 here. This normally would have been a trade that I would have entered for the break of this top of this candle. Would have got long in the 30s and tried to take $300 there, but you know, just trying to follow the rules. It's definitely going to take out that 70 level. I don't see how it doesn't. Maybe turn this SMA into support before it does it. ES still hanging out at VWAP. Hopefully nobody's still short on the Nasdaq here. It's just trying to go. See if it holds this 50 level before it moves up here. Kind of getting some whipsaw action this morning. Nothing. Probably a day, at least so far, to where you're gonna want to just get your points and get out. Losing the 50 area here. Might pull back to this 20 SMA before it moves higher. ES finally starting to make this little move up. Sorry about that. The dog is just, I don't know, he just will not be quiet this morning. All right, back to that 20 SMA here on the Nasdaq. Losing the 20 SMA, goodness. Dollar still moving up. ES finally breaking through, moving down. So ES front running at this point. It's bringing the Nasdaq down with it. Nothing to do here, really. Just kind of sit on your hands. I'm kind of shocked it left that 70 liquidity up there. It reached 560 and just gave up. See if this, I mean, it really needs to hold this 20 SMA if it's going to continue bullish here. You lose the VWAP, kind of got to turn bearish. You can see the ES has already lost the VWAP. Got a big wick on this first 15-minute candle here. Got about 20 seconds before it closes. Probably going to go ahead and mark out our levels here. Let's see. Top of our range there on the ES, and obviously that's the bottom. You know what, I may try something different here. Instead of marking these out like that, I think I'll just do it like this. Let's see. This might be a little easier to see, huh? Yeah, let's do that. I like that better. That could be our first 15-minute range. Obviously, the ES is trying to already move out of the range, but kind of moving out of that 15-minute range here on the ES. Looks like we're going to kind of get a move back down, maybe to the 21, 22 level. I would think this would probably target the 2250 area at least on the ES. Do got that news coming out at 10 a.m. Got a market structure shift here, creating a fair value gap. So if you were, well, an implied gap here, because we do have a wick, at least on the 3-minute chart. Still kind of in this danger area. Could get a bounce, so definitely want to be careful. Gonna probably stick to the Nasdaq this morning. Again, we're up $295 already this morning, so first trade worked out perfectly. We got our 15 points out of it. Basically, you see basically bottom ticked that right there. Bounced right off the EMA or the VWAP. You can see how the ES didn't quite get down to that 22 level that I was expecting. Now it's bouncing. Still kind of in that danger zone. We do have news at 10 a.m. Consumer confidence. It is a 3-star out of 3-star news rating, so we should have some volatility after that news. Trying to be as transparent as possible with you guys here. You can see showing you guys all my entries, all my exits, all my winners, all my losers. I know you got some streamers who's not going to show you their entries and exits and things like that. I'll always do that because I don't think it's a big deal. Dollar's finally stair-stepping down. So that would kind of indicate, if there's no strange divergence, that that the futures indices would just move up. The NQ and the ES might start moving up, but now the dollar's popping up a little bit. If we lose this VWAP here, I don't see how we don't continue lower, but again, in order to play this first 15-minute range play, probably going to have to wait until 10 a.m. So I kind of expect us to just stay in this range until 10 a.m. Then maybe once that news comes out, we get a breakout or a breakdown in one direction or the other. Well, this kind of is the dream right here. You know, you wake up this morning, you jump on for, I don't know, 15 minutes. We went long. The first 3 minutes, we were already up $295 after fees. And the nice thing about it is, you know, futures are completely scalable. So this is with one contract. If I had 2 contracts, it'd be $600. 3 contracts, it'd be $900. So, you know, you can just, no need to overcomplicate things. You can completely scale this strategy up and down as needed, and make as much or as little as you'd like. No need to sit in front of the charts all day to make your money. All right, we're kind of getting a move down here before these numbers come out. It's a little bit on the scary side. Got to have a candle print outside of this area. Dollar's popping up. All right, approaching the bottom of the range here, 15-minute range. You can see the ES is already kind of moving out of the range. Moving out of the range. See if this candle prints outside the range or not. Yeah, the market's just dumping right here. You can see the Nasdaq is broken out of that 15-minute range, so is the ES. I'm gonna kind of wait here for a moment, maybe get a little push back up and turn the 15-minute range into resistance, and then maybe we'll take a short from there. You have to be careful though, because the news does come out here in less than 6 minutes. All right, I don't know. I kind of missed my entry on this trade. Don't know if I want to chase it. I don't know. I may take a short here. We'll see. Might just risk 100. Would like for this to move back up into this fair value gap that is created. Kind of move back up into this area. And see if we can't get this move down. All right, we got the fair value gap here printed. Yeah, I got numbers coming out in 2.5 minutes here. Otherwise, I probably would have entered on this short here when it traded back up into the fair value gap. Entry would have been on the 1-minute chart at 14,450. Stop would have been at 74. So risking a little more on that move than I would like if I had entered. But ES also moving down here. It's also created a nice fair value gap on the 2-minute. Has not traded back up into it yet, though. So got a nice little setup on the ES possible. You got entry on the ES would be somewhere around that 42.26. Do have some support down here for the ES, though. It's like we're entering a new week opening gap. Oh, that could just be the low of day. What is that? Oh, that's the low of day down at 20. I got about a minute here for these numbers. Let's see what happens. Just kind of be patient. You know, I guess you would think that maybe this just kind of pushes back up into this area for this move down. Well, let's see what happens. About 40 seconds here. All right, 5 seconds here for these numbers. Let's see what we get. See what happens. Might just dump us back down. Not much happened there. Dollars moving up. All right, I think if we break below 26s, I'll have to take a short here. Going to move my stop to break even pretty quickly, though, if I do that. Holding up there at the 26 level. All right, we're going to take a little short here. Oh, man. And that just popped real quick and just got us. See, that's why you have to be careful there. Yeah, you can see the entry would have been up here for this breakthrough here, probably in the 70s. Should have took that entry into the 70s, down into the 40s there. Didn't take it. Then I got down. This is why you got to follow your rules. I should have just avoided this altogether. So, cost myself $10 at the end of the day. So not that big a deal, but that's why you should kind of avoid chasing if you miss your entry or if you just don't hit the button. In this case, I was kind of trading my P&L there. I was already basically at my goal, so I didn't want to give any back, and can't really do that. You got to just take the trades as they present themselves, no matter where you're at on the day. kind of bouncing right off that 14,400 there. Usually you're going to get a little bounce in that area before it would kind of move lower. So I'd expect probably a test of this low of day here. You can see ES is bouncing off the low of day already. So if the ES breaks through here, don't see how the Nasdaq doesn't go with it. Well, maybe we found a bottom there. Maybe we don't chase those lows. Nasdaq's bouncing. ES is trying to bounce. Looks like it wants to move back up into this fair value gap that was created here for a possible move lower. May get some consolidation in this area. Nasdaq's definitely trying to push back up here. All right, looks like we traded up into that fair value gap and then rejected it. Right there on the Nasdaq, you can see traded right up into this fair value gap, kind of rejected it down. See what happens here. Possible move back up into the 80 level here. It's kind of what I'm thinking. 77, 80. Maybe get to this VWAP and reject. Let's see what happens. That'd be the trade I'm kind of looking for. Kind of getting a move down here on the Nasdaq. You can see it traded up into that gap and traded moving back down here. This last 15-minute candle on Nasdaq kind of shows you how indecisive the market has been. I mean, look at that candle. It's crazy. It's just a straight wick. Looks like we're getting some consolidation in this area here before the move down. You know, you could put you a trend line, something like that, for the breakdown. Let's see here on the ES, something very similar. Draw your trend line and just wait for it to break it. Low to low. ES is actually trying to move up. Looks a little bit stronger than the Nasdaq here. ES definitely looking a little a little stronger here, moving up to the approaching the VWAP and SMA there. Nasdaq kind of lagging behind it there. Really got to get this move back up above this SMA and VWAP if we wanted to consider entering long. This would be possibly a good entry short. Move back up, kind of get rejected in this area. You could kind of look for a move back down, that 400 level. ES rejecting off the VWAP already. Nasdaq trying to make its way up to the VWAP. All right, almost back up to the VWAP and the 20 SMA here. Kind of watching those areas to see what happens for a potential entry. If we get rejected off those areas, then we may take a short. Kind of have to get above those areas, move above 500 before I would change my bias to bullish here. Kind of rejecting the 20 SMA now. Let's see what the ES is doing. It's actually moved above it. It moved above the VWAP and the 20 SMA. So you might expect for the Nasdaq to kind of follow if the ES has a lot of follow through here, but it's now it's kind of rejecting back down itself as well. So momentum to the upside kind of slowing down here, pulling back out of this trend line. I'm thinking about taking a short here on the Nasdaq. All right, we're going to take the short here on the Nasdaq. I'm going to move my stop to break even already. Don't really want to, well, stopped out there. That's all right. Just looking for a quick move down to the possible 20 area, but kind of dangerous because the real entry, like I said earlier, was up here in the 70s area, and I didn't take it. So probably going to continue to move down. I'd imagine it's going to break this 400 level here, but just figured I'd try it once. Well, seeing as we are at $296, I think that's going to end the stream for me this morning. I will be back this afternoon at 2 p.m. for an afternoon stream, And if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe, and we will see you guys back here at 2 p.m.